Yeah, we tried to cut a deal with Blizzard to get us to cast together again, because apparently last time people had to recover their hearing over like 3 or 4 weeks. So we've got our spot, ZP. Good to be casting with you, bro. We've got an interesting match, NA versus EU, with 8 Europeans, 1 Korean, and 1 American. So that sounds pretty good.
We got 1 American. It's fine. We're all set. And hey, it's a pretty popular American if we had to have 1.
No doubt about it. So we've seen the rosters. I think it's been discussed. All right, we expect to see. Well, there's plenty of Gigantti players on these 2 teams. I want to see a bit of that Doomfist coming into this as well. Guys, bear in mind, it's a best of 5 situation, so we're playing over multiple different maps here. Our first map will be Castillo, for example, if you haven't played it. It's the one where people snipe you in your own spawn at the start of the 1v1 round.
Yep, that happens quite a bit.
I love it. No, it'd be interesting now, obviously playing with 4 players. If you were on the PTR when Doomfist came out and wanted to try him out, this is probably one of the maps that you would have used him on, because that's, I think you could play Total Mayhem, or like everyone could play Doomfist. That was sort of the way to do it. This is going to be fast, by the way. A lot of you guys might play some, deathmatch at home, and I'm not throwing shade. I'm sure you guys are entirely competent, but I would expect this to be a much faster paced game, and obviously that threshold of kills will be reached much quicker, surely.
And speaking of fast, Mitch, there's no war of time. We're just getting straight into the action here as Seagull in the skies, looking for the Hanzo kill and gets it. TviQ going down as Seagull, for now, pretty much unmatched, and my goodness, this is a bloodbath for North America.
Yeah, I don't really know what the play is here. You've got Zenyatta, Hanzo to try and deal with this Pharah. Bear in mind, Nevix used to be a support player. He was actually a Mercy player on his particular roster, and then obviously we saw him come to light as a very, very strong DPS. So that's a bit of history on him. We saw LiNkzr's McCree today, which was astonishingly good. Now it's 5 and 3 here. You can see Effect is trying to work his way around the side. Normally this is a pretty easy matchup for him, and again, it's going to be the Gigantti Tracer combined.
And look at this too on the support end. We have Taimou on the Mercy. Can we get some Taimou Mercy cam right here? Taimou now channeling his inner Mercy main. Following
I think this is what PMA is all about. You kind of become the source of all your anguish, right? He's had to with Mercy mains on ladder for so long that he's just, he's found his zen. He's found his middle ground.
Taimou realized that actually I wanted to be this all along. I don't know why I raged against this when I could just, oh no, TviQ, what have you done? You've got knocked off by Seagull. That's what you've done.
The long walk of a short ledge in the ZT. LiNkzr, oh, hello, flash effect. That was stunning, the pulse bomb to connect here. 11 to 9. North America out in front. It's a big start for them, but now it's sort of catching up a little bit more to Dragonblade. And well, ShaDowBurn, again, you can always count on him to get it done.
ShaDowBurn channeling his inner Genji main, where he is the Genji main of Genji mains here. The only Genji in a game with 8 people that could play it. So he won the deathmatch between the Genjis just off screen.
Taimou to res. Good lad. Seagull back up on his feet here, so the pocket play is real as a barrage obviously available. If he can bag a few kills in the process, that'd be good. I just feel like you're so vulnerable trying to use that in this particular situation.
All right, back to Seagull here. North America still with a 3-kill lead. Really carried here by Effect in the backline. Doesn't really care who he goes up against, able to dodge the arrows more often than not. And Seagull holding on to that barrage, looking for an opportunity to come over, hoping for a distraction, and it might be raiding soon here, Mitch.
Yeah, Nevix is Anna as well, well known, quite famed actually from back day. And this is a good little turnaround. Europe actually get themselves in the lead, 1 kill to their favor, and they're still staying with his Hanzo play for TviQ. He loves it, of course. And Logix on the Tracer, no surprises there. This is going to go neck and neck. I'm loving its effect on the Symmetra is an interesting play.
All right, effect on the Symmetra. There's no more healing for the North American side. Taimou, not a Mercy main anymore, but Seagull over the top. The barrage strikes deep. 2 kills for North America.
I can't tell you how cathartic it was to watch Symmetra just get dumpstered there. Now we have effect on the Widowmaker.
Big swaps here towards the end.
This is getting cool. This is going to be really close CP as well. Like, these matches are super fast, right? This is over very, very quickly.
Yeah, you take a look. Europe right now very close to those 30 kills. They just need a little bit more. And LiNkzr, channel his McCree, and Taimou, the better of the Cowboys.
Okay, well, this town ain't big enough for the 2 of them, obviously, ZP. There's a Dragon Strike, though, up the sleeve for TviQ. Again, how do you land it in this kind of scenario? We're about to find out, I guess. He's shooting from spawn. Doesn't connect. LiNkzr, oh, this is clutch, 5 HP. Oh, it's going to be TviQ to the rescue. Seagull down, and that's the Doomfist I was looking for. Europe in front by 4. 2 more kills, and they'll have it done, ZP. 2
more kills, that's all they need. ShaDowBurn under assault. He's going to fall. Europe, 1 kill away from taking map number 1. TviQ under pressure, and that's going to do it. Europe taking the first map.
Well. I expect to see much of the same, to be honest, over this best of 5 series. LiNkzr's McCree is always a pleasure to watch. Actually, you think way back, right? You think Take TV, the first takeover land was actually when we saw LiNkzr actually come onto the scene, and his Widowmaker was so scary. Obviously, his McCree. Hey, you got player to game. That's what you see on the player screens up in that corner. Yeah, you got nano boosted as well. So there you go. This is how we should settle all our disputes, CP. Why don't we think of this before?
Just TDM. It's any case there's beef between players, someone makes a call on Twitter, guys, play some TDM. That's how we're gonna settle it for all time.
So ZP, how many deathmatch matches would you say you've played?
Deathmatch?
Give me like a ballpark figure. I'd
say like 8 to 10. I've been doing the solo deathmatch mostly.
Right, so we have combined eight games of team deathmatch experience here as well. So don't be worried, we'll shepherd you through this whole process. I think it's pretty easy to break down.
We're experts.
Okay, so is there like a most effective approach to this? Because every time I play team deathmatch, I just jump in on McCree and just try and click heads and be done with it.
No, that's really my approach too. I try and click heads. I like to think I can click on heads a little bit better, and sometimes I do, sometimes I feed.
Well, it was interesting when they actually threw this game type into the map, because into the game, because of the maps they actually introduced along with it. It's pretty interesting though when you do play team deathmatch or FFA on like a payload map or something like that, and you're all constantly spawning from different parts of the map and trying to deal with each other. It's quite an interesting little feature. But right, Europe 1-0 up here. I'm going to inject as much incitement into this TDM as I possibly can. It's a lot of fun, though, to see these guys, sort of on the same teams. We see Nevix and TviQ back on the same team as well.
I just think TviQ is happy that LiNkzr is now with him rather than against him, where he just goes, wait, oh God, it's LiNkzr and McCree again. Wait, he's with me. This is great.
ShaDowBurn is going to be the next map. If you're not familiar with it, it was one that was released pretty much with the deathmatch game type. I believe it's supposed to be Widowmaker and her husband's holiday home.
It is. It's named after Widowmaker's late husband, where, of course, Widowmaker, she made herself the first Widow.
Okay, well, there you go. This guy's got the law, thank God.
It's true.
ZP, if you could have fingernails for teeth or teeth for fingernails, what would you prefer?
Ooh, that's pretty... I think I'd have teeth for fingernails.
Yeah, it's not great. Get this enamel, it's like full wire.
Okay, but you're not going to be able to eat with fingernails as teeth.
Yeah, that'd be kind of weird, wouldn't it?
No, I enjoy food, Mitch. We both know this. You also enjoy food.
Yeah, no, dude. Like, when it comes down to it, ladies and gentlemen, if me and ZP are out eating with the other casters, we're usually the last two standing when it comes to how much we can eat. But let's get involved. Hello, TviQ.
All right.
Okay, this is terrible. Look what they're trying to do here. Set up in this low ground. Maybe there's a Torbjorn turret there, and there's a Roadhog here for Taimou.
All right, well, this has got an interesting kill already. North America looking to run this back. 2-1 right now in favor, and Roadhog is actually very, very good in a deathmatch situation. He's self-sufficient, can one-shot a decent amount of the cast, or if not one-shot, still put it in, but now TviQ, able to bounce right over. The bounce pads here are actually very integral to this type, where it can give heroes that don't have mobility, a little bit more mobility.
This is pretty interesting, actually. Obviously, TviQ can land a lot of damage. Logix just pulls people together with the Halt ability on Orisa, and it's a much easier target for him to pick up. Seagull on the Zenyatta. Effect on the D.Va. So there must be a little... Okay, talk me through this. Talk me through this composition, at least from the North American side, because there does seem to be some thought process here, at least.
This is called the Renegade. The Renegades, if you will, where it might not be Hanamura, but the concept is sound. You run the Orisa shield, you keep the Bastion behind, you use the shield to protect Bastion, but it doesn't quite work if Bastion isn't in front of the shield, so bit of a misplay there. And North America is still finding a way through this.
Yeah, it's actually safe to say that the game is a little bit slower this time around as well, especially with Europe playing a little bit more statically. LiNkzr, when he gets his vault, of course, he's going to be pretty nasty. I'm pretty sure North America will just have to cut and run for the duration.
In North America, this is interesting, where they're really not diving into this too heavily. They're respecting it more. I think both teams buckling down just a little bit harder here, but they do have that Transcendence on deck, and they can just use that to charge right into whatever defensive setup Europe is working on here.
And what do North America do, though, if they go into this EMP plus Bolted Core? Really, TviQ has, obviously, configuration tank. But ShaDowBurn's managed to pick up the turret, doing what he often does, We know ShaDowBurn really likes to accrue his ultimate through long-range poking.
Taimou tried to bounce over, he misjudged it, he threw himself into the pit.
Interesting.
They lost the point for that.
Really sure if that was the only... Yes, how slow is this? It's 4 versus 5 right now in terms of kills. Taimou eventually is felled by the Torbjorn turret. Still playing that Roadhog here, maybe some extra practice.
Well, it's back and forth here, but Europe is a little bit more split. You have a few more members not with TviQ here over the top. But TviQ gonna go back to a safe spot here behind the Orisa shield. Still has tank mode up, and Europe just very content to hold back here. This is one where the last match was rather quick, Mitch. This one might be a little bit longer.
Right, and we see the Symmetra out from effect, and I actually like this, obviously, slow-traveling projectiles that have, I guess, infinite, semi-infinite... Oh, he's trying to pull off the edge, that's cheeky. Slow-traveling projectiles, obviously, are a bit dangerous for Bastion because they go infinitely, right? So if he doesn't move, he's going to get picked off, which forces him to go into recon mode, which forces him to be a little bit more vulnerable, or just have to change position. So I like it. I like it.
All right, well, ShaDowBurn using Dragon Blade to break on through. They're finally able to remove Logix from his perch. And TviQ likely now the fall as well. He shall. And now, North America finally able to deal with that European blockade. And I wonder how long Europe is going to stick with this setup.
I hope not too long. We're going to LiNkzr on the Tracer now. Logix still seems adamant that he wants to play this Orisa. Ultimate's really there.
Logix had a taste of it. He says, you took my Tracer, I'm going Orisa. That's just how it works, LiNkzr.
Is that really how it works, bro?
It is. It's exactly how it works. People have done it many a time in my rank game, Mitch. I know how that goes.
Oh, man. We've been regaling each other over the course of... What?
He's still alive.
Was he knocked up in
he used
configuration? Ah, of course. Oh, that's pretty cool, actually. You can sort of set up like that. Yeah. Oh, I want to see people do that on Oasis.
You want to see the bouncing passion? We did see that in the very beginning as TviQ right now. He's a turret, but he's a bouncy turret.
No, he missed it. I dig that. That's quite a lot of fun. 19-14 though, so Europe, again, they're already one up in this series. It's a best of 5, so North America playing ostensibly the more sensible composition. Well, at least they were anyway. Taimou now on the Widowmaker. And this has found ShaDowBurn already. So we're on board with Seagull at the moment. He's been playing Zenyatta for the entirety of this map. Obviously, we know Seagull plays pretty much anything. If you watch his stream, if you don't watch his stream, I'd be very shocked. But
he's a Swiss Army knife. Yep. There's not much that isn't in his hero pool. And this time, his team has peer pressured him in going support. So they've used his pool against him, really, as ShaDowBurn continues to walk into Genji.
Fun fact about Seagull is he's very particular about what he eats. He actually, he enjoys hamburgers and standard sort of food that we have in the United States. But when I traveled with him as well, he sort of found a place that had a very mild kind of noodles, and he sort of ate that every day in China because he wasn't really fancying to try much different. He's that kind of guy, right? He just finds what he likes and sticks to it.
Mild noodles, not bad. But Mitch, flow of the game right now. Europe is quite a bit ahead, 23-16. North America's going to bring this back. It's going to require pretty Herculean effort here, as this slow tank strategy of Europe with an actual tank has worked out reasonably well.
Now, 6 kills in their favor. Probably slightly frustrating for North America, actually, because trying to break through this shield is much harder when you have less people on your team, all right? The whole point of dealing with Orisa normally in a 6v6 is that people focus their shield down, but you've got less players to do that, so the shields naturally hang around for a little bit longer. It's 24, 19, 25, 26 make it. LiNkzr and TviQ, I think he was on the move for that particular kill. 4 away, and Europe will have a second one in the back.
Europe right now, pretty close, and North America, they have to be very judicious here. Even giving up 1 kill is a disaster, and that is bad. Now, down to their final kill, they would have to go, oh, no, they're just dead.
That's gonna be it. Europe take it 2-0. Was that creative approach, of course, to their team composition. But I mean, we can talk about, I guess, the inception of this particular composition. I think it was actually, well, we saw it happen over in the Asian region quite a lot, but I think Complexity, one of the first teams back when they existed, back when obviously Stromaster's team from FaZe, on Hollywood, they actually brought out this whole, Torbjorn, this Orisa. I don't think the Bastion was part of that particular inclusion, but that's what actually started, making use of Orisa, and people realized very early on that she's quite, effective on Sanctum, on Nepal, for example, getting them environmental kills.
Well, she's what Blizzard has called a shield tank, where the idea is that you hold an area. Reinhardt's supposed to be in the area, but so is Orisa, and Orisa is actually a little bit more durable in holding an area because she can keep the shield up indefinitely if you do not burst it down. So she's pretty good at defending an area, and somewhere out there, members of Renegades are happy because Torbjorn Orisa, it's finally worked out in a competitive game.
Okay, if it doesn't work out in a competitive game, if I'm honest with you, but now we're on to, I believe it's Black Forest, by the way. It's maybe my favorite cake. It is going to be heading in towards that map, which is a groovy one. I like it. Obviously, more focused around that central room. You can work around from the outside. I want to see some Doomfist. I want to see some Doomfist, EP.
I think that's a reasonable request. Sometimes you want to see people get punched in the mouth, and there's been a lack of that right now in this TDM, and we have players that can play Doomfist on both sides. It is reasonable.
Again, I mean, is it worth just going for this sort of weird, cheesy comp? The guys are just having a little bit of fun, of course, with their picks, but Seagull and Zenyatta, maybe not what people were expecting to see.
No, again, I just feel like he got peer pressured. I'm making up all sorts of fun headcanon here, where ShaDowBurn's just saying, I DPS, insta-locks Genji, doesn't really care about anyone else. Seagull just sort of takes a exasperated sign and goes, all right,
watch it, people are going to take that for gospel now. ZP said that Seagull, what his team wanted him to do. It kind of ruins his whole, the whole mystique about Seagull, though, as well. We know him as a player who just kind of does what is needed or sort of what he wants, plays very creatively.
He's a nice guy.
Well, I'm not saying he's not, bro. I'm a fan. Anyway, Black Forest, we're going to be jumping in. LiNkzr on the Widowmaker. Oh, this is a throwback.
All right, we're going back to the good old days here, and North America, Effect, going to fall here early on. Logix taking that Tracer duel, two of the best Tracers, fighting off region v region. And now LiNkzr, looking for anything here as the Widowmaker, and like I said, this is prime LiNkzr, the good old days.
Now hit me someone with some of that spice, LiNkzr. Come on, see some of these shots connect. I'm enjoying the Mercy presence for TviQ, by the way, but Taimou, Hook City, population U.
Taimou right now, just looking dominating the Roadhog, and Roadhog's really good at TDM. North America, if they're going to bring this back, now's the time, because should Europe take this matchup, that's it. They win the series, they get the glory and the pride, and ShaDowBurn is still continually on Genji.
Glory, pride, TDM. I don't really know if they already go together as well as you make them sound, ZP. Well phrased regardless.
All the glory and pride is at TDM, and you don't even know.
Evidently, 7-6. Logic's gonna be hunting now. Seagull again on that Zenyatta. So this is actually a composition these guys put together. It's like almost at that standard 3v3 comp. If you played a bunch of that on, you know, what Eco Point Antarctica. So many team comps used to have the Roadhog and Zenyatta combination.
LiNkzr going off right now. Not only gets 2 kills with the main scope, but pulls out the SMG and just guns Taimou down. But Taimou, he's had enough. He says, "You think you can Widow? I can Widow."
Taimou responding in kind now. It's going to be even up the score pretty closely. And you know who's really good at this, by the way? I ran into Bren. I actually kind of figured out, you know, that Bren was quite a competent Overwatch caster. Maybe, you know, okay, maybe using that a bit lightly, but he was casting a 1v1 tournament. And that's how I found him, like, in the dead of night, casting 1v1 tournament for like 8 hours. That man, he gets on the grind.
That is quite a tournament, but hey, there's all sorts of ways Overwatch can be enjoyed. But right now, North America's bringing this back, and it's just the mindset of Taimou, right? Taimou goes, "You're playing really well on Widow. I also like to play Widow," and for now, this swap up, it's worked out well, where LiNkzr has been getting taken to the limit, but Logix just going off, pulling Europe ahead once more.
Again, that Tracer presence, it's almost as if Europe now are putting on the tri-shoes. A couple of kills coming out for him, and LiNkzr, look at him, always moving.
Oh,
it's so
my
funny.
goodness.
Back when Widow was first released, and you could obviously zoom in and zoom out really quickly, it was actually very difficult to watch LiNkzr play because he was constantly zooming in, zooming out, doing 360s, turning around. It was difficult to sort of follow what he was trying to do. Now, of course, it's easy to see, but his aim is still as present as it ever was.
And of course, he did have the best Widow stats throughout all of the regular season contenders, so this isn't a surprise. But now, Mitch, North America, they're in the hot seat. Down 6 kills, Europe 5 kills away from victory. This is going to be tough to bring back.
Oh, LiNkzr, I'd love to see him get this one at close quarters. It's a res. LiNkzr actually getting healed up there, so the pressure being applied by Effect, not really getting the job done. TviQ's going to get caught out like that. That's kind of always going to happen. As a pulse one is a dead-eye here for Europe as well. So they're trying to close the deal, but North America are instead closing the gap, CP.
It's been almost 7 unanswered kills right now for North America, and they do even the gap. North America bringing it back. They're not dead yet here, Mitch, but Europe 3 kills away. It's still very, very close.
Oh, absolutely. 28-26 here. You can see that ShaDowBurn trying to bring things back in his favor. 2 quick kills from him. 29-28. There's 1 in it. Europe now trying to get it done. 3-0. Obviously, ladies and gentlemen, Europe is a superior region. There's no other way to explain it.
Europe defeating North America. The Europeans are on North America, and everything in between, where, you know what? The flexibility of Europe, just a little bit above.
And I'm glad that we can finally put the question, the perennial question, as it were, of EU versus NA to bed. Sorry, ZP, better luck next time.
Oh, okay. You're just taking credit for all of EU. That's what you're doing. From your island in Australia.
Kind of. I lived in Germany. That's fine. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go to the desk. Thank you very much for joining us for a bit of fun. We'll see you around the playground.
Much love to our